Back to our breaking news story of the day. A Manhattan grand jury has voted to indict former President Donald Trump. There is a lot of reaction coming in tonight.
WGN's Jewel Hillary following the developments and joining us now live from the studio. Jewel.
Hi, Lourdes and Pat. So one of the latest developments coming in tonight from CNN is the fact that Donald Trump could turn himself in as early as next Tuesday. His indictment marks the first criminal case against a former U.S. president and is bound to shake up his bid to lead the country again in 2024. On Thursday, a Manhattan grand jury indicted former President Donald Trump. The charges center on a $130,000 payment made to porn star Stormy Daniels to keep her quiet about alleged encounters between herself and the former president. The money was issued during the 2016 presidential campaign.
This is a historical matter. This is the first former president to ever be indicted. We've had vice presidents who've been indicted, but never before a president.
The payments came from Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, who pled guilty in 2018 to campaign finance violations in connection to the hush money. Juliette Sorensen, a former assistant U.S. attorney in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago, says while Trump was running for president, he paid Cohen back.
Arguably, this money was spent to help Trump win
history. The Democrats have lied, cheated, and stolen in their obsession with trying to get Trump. But now they've done the unthinkable, indicting a completely innocent person in an act of blatant election interference. Dr. Stephen Caliendo, professor of political science at North Central College, believes Trump's indictment can play out in two ways. He says he may move forward quietly and fight the case or use the spotlight to act as a political martyr.
I think we've seen indications of that from Trump supporters over the last few weeks. Suggestions like if it can happen to him, it can happen to any of us.
He also says the charges are likely to jolt Republican candidates vying for the presidential nomination.
Are they going to say, look, this is a way to separate myself from the former president? Or are they going to have to support him for fear that the folks who believe that he's that he's a political prisoner, for instance, will come backfire on them if they don't rally behind him?
Once the indictment is unsealed, George Washington adjunct professor Paul Rosenzweig says the American public needs to ask the following questions.
A, was there evidence to support the charges? And B, are they the type of charges that would have been brought against other people who were similarly situated?
Now, in response to the indictment, the New York Police Department told its 36,000 officers to be fully mobilized and ready to respond to any potential protests or unrest. So, yeah, like you said, lots and lots of layers
Lots
to
of
this.
layers and lots of moving pieces in all of this. Okay, we'll continue to watch it. Thank you, Jewel.
Having said that, count on WGN for the latest updates on former President Donald Trump's indictment. And we're speaking with political analyst Paul Lisdick ahead at 9:45. You can always find more info online at WGNTV.com and get those breaking updates on our WGN News app.